Hi, this is Randy Finney with Right Side of the Chart, and this is an early session update for Friday, July 19th, 2024. It's 9:57 p.m. Eastern Time as I'm starting the video, so we're almost 30 minutes into the trading day, and I'll make it quick. I just kind of wanted to recap the last couple things I focused on trading, kind of my trading plan for today, whether it works or not. QQQ still long. They never took out that stop I gave you last night. Somebody asked, to share a trading plan, which I did. And so the futures have held up. Here, this is QQQ, a 5-minute chart. Looks just like it did yesterday. Remember, because the futures trade around the clock at overnight, and then this picks up where it left off. That's where we left off yesterday. This is this morning. I don't know if you can see them real subtle. I have the daybreak lines. There's one right there. So this was yesterday's trading action. So we ended with that 5-minute divergent low, gave you these near-term targets, and think we can see something like this today. Maybe, maybe not. Remember, if they turn around and crap out, and that's certainly, look, the market's under distribution right now, big tech especially, you can call it, again, you can be half glass full or half glass empty about this and say, oh, it's healthy sector rotation. I'm sure a lot of folks are spin it that way, and maybe that is the case and will prove to be the case. Or you can say it's distribution in the most important stocks in the market, the ones that dictate where the stock market goes. That's tech. And if tech dies, just like tech dragged the market up for last year, clearly dragged it up almost single-handedly, it will very likely, if this continues, based on all the sell signals I gave you, drag it down. And that's long-term stuff. Today, if we can pop right here, this is the big number, 482.30 should spark a pretty sharp rally. I think that's where, if we can get above there, a little spike up here, hit that 484.50-ish, and then come up here, and traders will be eyeing that big old gap from the other day. And so, 487, if you want to try to milk it all the way up there, 488. If something happens and we enter the gap, there's a chance it could be backfilled. But again, my goal hopefully is to make a few bucks today and turn around. If I can get to a level I feel comfortable with, go back short for the weekend. So that's it. So right now it's still anybody's game. That's what the 5-minute chart looks like. On the 60, I have QQQ still back testing from below. So we're not out of the woods yet, by no means. I mean, that's simply a breakdown and a back test. As I like to say, support once broken becomes resistance. And as I also like to say, resistance is resistance unless taken out. So that's the downtrend line. So if they take it out, then that's bullish, because then this whole thing proves to be a bear trap, whipsaw, whatever you want, and then they'll probably run it up there. And there's that gap right there. You can see it pretty clear on the 60. And as I said, if we can really get some traction on a rally, there's that downtrend line. That's another potential target. Otherwise, we get rejected, and that's no bueno. And it wouldn't surprise me either way. I am not married to any trades right now in this market. SPY, like I said yesterday, hit that 550.18 level. The way I had the trend line was a little lower. If I want to pull it up and do that, you can certainly do that and say that's the fit right there. It does mesh with the trend line that I had on the futures, which I gave you yesterday as well several times, and that is just to update it. Let me find my ES. Give me 1 second here. I've got so many charts down below. ES, where are you? Here you are. So ES holding the line right there. And again, this is very clean on all these reaction lows, and you can extra validation, I should say, the fact we hit it yesterday, bounce, hit it again, we're holding there. So this is it. If they take that out, and NQ remains below the trend line. Let me go to the NQ 60. MQ, you can see on my 60 minutes flirting with the trend line. Let me back up a little, show you that trend line goes back a little farther. If I can grab this. Again, these trend lines, as you know, you've heard me say it 100 times, they generate off the mid-April lows. And so we're really flirting with the NQ one. And NQ of the two is the more important, but you can't really go together. So let's, if both, put it this way, if both SPY and NQ are clearly below these trend lines, then that is absolutely bearish unless they regain them. So, and remember, NQ also had some pretty decent support just below, NQ being the futures. So that's it. We'll see what happens today. I got out a couple, trade ideas that I think are actionable today. And again, I made very clear these are bounce trades, and I'm talking about gold and silver. So you already have those charts, but I did follow up. Remember, if you are interested in any trades or anything covered, if I do a video and it's got a lot of things in there, and I have something I need to add on one of those trade ideas or something else, I'll try to keep it threaded under the under that post. So under this morning's gold and silver, I gave you a couple 5-minute charts. First, a silver 5-minute chart, nice and clean. Again, you can visit the site to see these charts. Color, let's make it a different color. So you got a nice little wedge type pattern, clean downtrend line on the 5-minute chart of SI silver futures. And again, even if you're trading silver, I can't replicate this on the silver ETF because these futures are trading around the clock. Silver ETF, I'll show you in a second, doesn't look like that. So if we can pop that line right there, this is what it should look like today. Go up, first reaction there, about 29.56. Second reaction here, a little resistance zone. And then final, if we can get some juice today going up here, that would be about 30.21. Let me measure it for you. Okay, and we're currently testing that downtrend line, and haven't yet taken it out. And if we do my measurement, that would be a total of about 3%. And even that first target's about 2.25. Why am I not married to it? Remember, if you go to the longer term charts, I made the case of a reversal in the euro. I think there's more downside there. And then when I go to gold, on the daily chart, remember, we put in a very big and powerful divergent high. In my opinion, folks got a little too bullish on gold. It was a great breakout, multi-year highs, but as I've been saying, there's a chance we may see that breakout backtest, and that's a hell of a drop in gold. Even if we come down, this is a really good support level. This is the trading range gold has been in. As I said, it's gone nowhere now for months, but we've been able to successfully, near impunity, swing, these trends up and down, up and down, up and down, most recently highlighting. So that's a big divergent high. I've been, last update I gave you a few days ago was based on the 60-minute chart saying, look, we'll probably pull back. Euro's at resistance, negative divergence, silver, gold, all negative divergence, trend line breaks. But this is bigger picture, okay? So what I just started with, it showed you a minute ago, 5-minute charts. This is almost nothing to do with this. This is more of a where gold might be in the coming weeks to months. The 5-minute chart I gave you is where gold might be in minutes to hours, right? So that's all. So I can be, intermediate to longer term bearish on something, even short in certain accounts, and then in my active trading account, long for a quick bounce. You get 3% on gold or silver, especially the futures that are leveraged. You're going to make a pretty penny there. All right, so we'll see. It either works or it doesn't work. I give you parameters, stop losses, all that stuff on that trade. And so that's just, I wanted to paint the bigger picture there and tell you why I called it a bounce trade, and I'm not married to it. And this is that 60-minute chart I gave you earlier. There's your 60-minute uptrend line in gold, GLD, the ETF. So, simple stuff, guys. It's range bound. Divergent high, drop. Divergent low, rally. Divergent high, drop. Divergent low, rally. Divergent high, drop. It's really simple. It doesn't always play out this easy, but gold's been very tradable to at least my style technical analysis lately. And so we'll see. So, like I said, a little bounce, maybe a gap, backfill of the gap. Maybe not, because as I said, if it takes out all these levels, we're at support, then throw it away and move on to the next one. It's like any other trade. It either works or it doesn't work. And then I'll highlight the next trading op, whether it's long or short. It'll probably be another long if we get down to the bottom of this zone, especially if we've got some positive divergence, especially if I can make a case on the euro, US dollar, blah, 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 blah. All right, so there's silver. Silver took out, highlighted here. We swung it down short, hit that target right there, reversed, covered, went long, swung it up, give you 2 targets, hit that, sold it there, went down with the divergent high, and now we're at just above support on here. And again, stop below is objective in my opinion. And bounce trade would look something like that. Maybe come up, bounce, backfill that gap, maybe back test the trend line or that T1 target. and then get out. So that's it. That's just, like I said, I just want to get 2-3% out of this on a silver bounce trade, and then out of it, and probably back go to cash. I don't think I'll reverse it. No, we'll see. I'll let you know. All right. What else? Silver, gold. Oh, it's looking good. I'm staying on those grains. They just. Let me go. I'll start with the ETNs or ETFs and ETNs. I know a lot of you trade that, and then I'll go to the futures. I did get some feedback yesterday from at least a few folks. I know that some trade futures. I know it's a minority, but I'll get to those in a second. So, I keep pointing out, and we keep getting these divergent lows. We keep getting rallies, but wheat and all the grains are really setting up, I think, for a nice move. This is kind of a messy chart. Here's my daily chart, but there's divergence now, pretty nice divergence on wheat on the daily. We ever so slightly undercut that previous low, but it's actually bullish because you can see you undercut the low. This is, I'm putting the line right at that low. I mean, slightly, but now we're back above it. So you get that little false breakdown move. And I like wheat, guys, and the grains here. And this is a 60-minute chart of ZW. Nope, I'm sorry, 120-minute 2-hour candles of the futures. Big divergences building off that low. Nice clean downtrend line in which to pop. And again, I've been taking pot shots just like I have on shorting the indexes on the little trend line breaks and negative divergent highs in recent months. One of these is probably going to stick to be the runner trade, and this one, every one of them has the potential, especially this one. And so there it is. I've got quite a bit right here of resistance. If it can punch up well above 561 right there, that's pretty good support recently, very good support. It should run. So there's a trade idea for you. Wheat, and then corn and soybeans. I mentioned corn the other day is one of my favorites at this point. Corn futures are ZC, just nice good old-fashioned positive AK bullish divergence, 2-hour, 6-month, 2-hour candles, meaning 120-minute chart. Big divergence, and you've got a couple resistance levels there, and it should really rip if it takes those out. And you have this is a near-term swing trend target right there. And for those of you that do not use futures, you have an ETF for that. ETN, I believe. CORN. You look at the 60-minute chart coming off that divergent low breakout. I highlighted the other day. It's not ripped yet, but it keeps hitting this. Well, it's hit this 18-19 level. Needs to clear that, and then it should run. And then the other one that moves with them, the third grains, the big three grains, corn, wheat, and soybeans. This divergent low, I mentioned like in soybeans to reach a big old gap, needs to pop 22.73. And for you futures traders, you would be trading ZS, soybean futures. Nice looking positive divergence there, this divergent low. Once it pops 1050, it should be off to the races. Boom, 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 boom. I still have these longer term swing targets from before. I've been looking at divergent lows since back here. It breaks out, keeps going lower, but I'm not giving up on it yet. Nice basing pattern there. And so these are, some of my favorites right now. The grain, and again, they're just a way to diversify. No correlation to the stock market. My plan there. So I'm looking at a short-term, both short-term long bounces potential on the metals and the market today. Get back short or get out of those, take profits. These grains could continue to run. So these I'm looking as, swing trend, multi-week, probably even multi-month trend trades once I think there's a potential for a bottom here very soon to really beat down. So that's your updates for today. Let me stop there, get the video out to you guys, and I'll continue to hunt for additional trade ideas. This has been Randy Finney with Right Side of the Chart. Have a good one.